Bru McCoy has informed the University of Texas he will not be returning, and that's a bad look, and we're going to talk about it after the bumper.
What do you mean you don't subscribe to my son's YouTube channel?
Mama, no!
Just snap the damn ball, RJ.
What's up, kid folks? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. Consider hitting the like and subscribe button because I upload a video every single day. So it's OU related, college football related, sports related. We have a good time, and today we're going to talk about Bru McCoy informing the University of Texas football program he will not be returning to Austin, Texas this summer, and that is kind of laughable. It's kind of funny. Now, Bru McCoy released a statement via 247 recruiting analyst Greg Biggins where he laid out for everybody who wants to know, and I'm going to put that right here so you can pause the video and then have your say or read it all together to parse what I'm about to say, which is he wanted people to know this is no reflection of the University of Texas football program, but it's really difficult to think that it's not. Because why Bru McCoy decided to transfer to USC, which is where we expect him to end up being after he appears in the transfer portal, is severe homesickness. Now, I understand, for me, when I was a kid, I'm an Eagle Scout, so being a Boy Scout is a big part of my life, and part of being a Boy Scout is going to summer camp. Well, just going to summer camp in Georgia for a week was a big deal for me as a kid. I'm like 10 years old. Hadn't spent that much time away from my parents ever. So my mother, right, who you see on the videos every single day, was really cool about calling me, talking me through it. She sent me my favorite donuts. I got ribs sent to me, that kind of stuff. My parents took care of me, and they coaxed me through this, and I learned how to deal with being away from family for a length of time. Now, I'm 10 at the time. Bru McCoy is like 17, 18 years old. So there's a bit more there, but I understand that he's still a kid, and he's grown up just outside of Los Angeles, and he went to modern day, and he thought he was going to go to USC. That's why he pulled USC out of the hat at the All-American game, and he enrolled at USC, and he expected to be at USC until Cliff Kingsbury decided to go take the job for the Arizona Cardinals to be their head coach. And despite what you might think, that's a jarring thing, and you're going, wait, the offense is going to suck. I know that I'm going to be there with my boy JT Daniels and my boy I'm messing up your name again, Amon. I'm sorry. Amon-Ra St. Brown, and eventually my boy Bryce Young, right? And I'm going to be around my friends and family who are just a stone's throw away. That would have been a really good situation, but he did what 17-year-olds do, and he said, no, pull me out, send me to Texas, and put his parents through, sending him to the University of Texas to do the waiver request thing, to try to get him eligible. Tom Herman said all the right things would get him there. Hey, I applaud you making this decision and knowing that you should probably make the move to the University of Texas because you don't like USC, which is all well and good until it comes out in May that you're homesick and you don't like being at Texas, and it's not really Texas's fault. Now, I'm all for bagging on Texas, and we know that I will do a lot of that, and I have done a lot of that, but it seems that Texas has done everything in its power to try to convince Bru McCoy to return to Austin. Everything's going to be fine, even going to a fault, which what I said, which is loading everybody up on the plane to fly out to Los Angeles and re-recruit him. I would have just let him go because I don't think that there's a way for Tom Herman to look good coming out of this at all, because you've shown you will give star treatment to a kid that hasn't even produced for you at all, while also saying some of your players are pampered and they frankly are soft, and you're trying to get a different kind of athlete to come through. And you've also said on the record at a podium at Big 12 Media Days that you had some elite players. And apparently Bru McCoy was so good that you decided to not just fly out to Los Angeles. You got Drew Maringer to come up there. You got your director of player personnel, Kevin Washington, and you got Sam Ehlinger out of a QB camp to come down and try to help you re-recruit a dude who hasn't played a snap in a real game. And then it falls flat on its face. So you fail on that front, and now you have to answer to your team about why you decided to do this for that guy. So I don't think that Tom Herman is going to look good coming out of this either way. But I do applaud effort because I'm an effort guy. Effort is what we're doing here. Effort is what we are about. And it seems that Bru McCoy didn't want to necessarily make the effort to make it work at Texas, even as his parents were saying, look, first of all, the optics of this are just bad. Second, homesickness is a thing that most people deal with when they are away from home for any stretch of time, and it's more than a day's drive away. So everybody was willing to work with him on that from everything that I understand, everything that I've read, and folks that are close with the program. But it seems that even that was not enough to convince this dude, who is a 5-star wide receiver, who is the number 9 player in the country, who was the number 1 athlete in the 2019 class, that sometimes it ain't going to go your way or exactly look good to you, because he was saying he doesn't feel like he fit in at Texas. Well, yeah, you're from California. It's going to take some time. Ask some of the kids at Oklahoma who come out of California or Florida or Washington, D.C. or wherever about how they feel. You know, a couple of those are OU. Joseph Wette just enrolled right now, and Parnell Motley is from D.C. You know, there's an adjustment period. Everybody understands this, and I think that's what is really the egg on all of this. When we're talking about egg on the face, we're talking about the transfer portal, and we're talking about what the players can and can't do, but the real life consequences of this are following him, and they're following him swiftly. And yeah, he's going to get a round just drubbing for this from all sides. Now, it also, again, does not look good that he's leaving a 10-4 program at Texas that won a Sugar Bowl, that did beat Georgia, for a 5-7 program with a new offensive coordinator, on top of a new offensive coordinator, with Clay Helton, who is on the hot seat and needs to win a bunch of games to keep his job so that you can have your way. It's just not a good look for anybody, honestly, now that I give that some real thought, because Bru McCoy is basically saying it doesn't matter to me that I win, which, cool, I get. Kids want to get to the league, and winning matters to a point. Like, if you feel like you're going to be competitive, you'll go there, especially if you think they're going to develop you into the kind of guy that gets into the NFL. But Bru McCoy could do all of that. He could have an outstanding career at USC, and I hope that he does. But NFL scouts, who are going to be the first people to lay eyes on him if he turns out to be half as good as we think he is, are going to remember this story, the saga of, yo, this guy couldn't stick it out in Austin, Texas, which is, yeah, half the country away. But if you're from LA, are we not going to draft you if we're Buffalo, if we're the New York Jets, if we're the New York Giants, if we're the Carolina Panthers? Pick a team on the coast, honestly. Are you saying that you only want to play for the Los Angeles Rams or the Los Angeles Chargers or the Las Vegas Raiders? Is that all you really want to do, the Arizona Cardinals? Because that's not a good look. And that's going to follow him around until he proves that it was just him being a kid. He made a mistake, and he's sorry about it. But for the time being, saying that you're willing to sit out and redshirt your freshman year because, yeah, you are subject to NCAA transfer rules now, rather than get the waiver request, make it into the rotation at Texas and turn into a star, maybe by the end of the year, you got to wonder where your priorities there, because the thing about the waiver request is he hadn't signed it. Texas was ready to send it, and by most accounts, it was gonna pass muster, and he was gonna be eligible to play, and I was supportive of that. But now, I'm not necessarily certain of what I want Bru McCoy to take away from this, except to say this is not the way to do business with anybody. And I hate it for Texas fans because, you know, like, I don't hate it for Texas fans. I'm actually enjoying the meltdown. So, I'm going to take that lie back. But if it were me, I would be both mad and a bit more than irritated about the two dueling narratives. One is, I'm not good enough for this kid. And the other one is, can my coach keep the 5-star kid here and develop him into a player after the draft that we just had? You know, and I get that there's people that think that Tom Herman is the man. They think that Magic City Tom is always going to be the man, and that they are one step away from being a college football playoff team. I don't think that's true, and that's not even the OU thing. I think that Sam Hard-Ellinger, he can't throw the ball. You know, he's missing wide open targets. And you didn't put any offensive players into the NFL draft last year. And maybe it will this year, and I get projections are projections, but let me see it. Let's see what it looks like. So Tom Herman could fix all of this by winning a bunch of games again. And I feel like the goodwill and the cash that he built up, the social cash from winning the Sugar Bowl, he used a bunch of it to go re-recruit a guy that didn't want to be there in the first place because he pulled out USC to start. And then after a semester being in Austin, Texas, said, no, there's nothing here that can keep me here because it just hurts too much to be away from home. So, recruiting, a lot of fun. And we're going to talk about more of it tomorrow. Deuces.